So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and I hope you all are doing good. And this is Vansh. So in this video we're going to talk about what are the expenses of an international student in USA. So it will basically depend on what area you are living, but at least it can give you an estimate. So and also if you are not following me on Instagram, so do follow me on Instagram. And also I will be doing a Q&A session soon, so do follow me on Instagram once again. Moreover, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. For more informational videos like this and travel vlogs, lifestyle vlogs, gym vlogs, entertainment vlogs, and number of vlogs, do make sure to subscribe to my channel. So yeah, so let's get into the video. So we'll be discussing what are the expenses of an international students in USA in general. Okay, so it is very state specific, it is very area specific. So just to give you an estimate, I will tell you the expenses around my area. So basically I live in California, in Bay Area, around Silicon Valley. That's often regarded as San Francisco Bay Area. So I will tell you the expenses around this area. So, and also I made a video on how much money you can make in a month as an international student by doing part-time job. So the link to that video will be here, so definitely go and check them out as well. So just to give you a brief overview about this, so basically the expenses depends on your lifestyle and in what area are you living. So suppose if you're living in a very posh area, so like suppose if you're living in New York City, San Francisco, in Los Angeles, so your expenses will be much higher. So what generally people do, so around such developed areas there are so many suburban areas. So suburban areas are basically where people live. Those are not as developed as the main cities, but they are a very great place to live, very eco-friendly, very cheaper as compared to the main cities. So that's the general preference of people over here in the US, that they prefer to live in the suburban areas. And also the lives in the city is kind of very not so peaceful. So I will be covering that in another video, that why to prefer living in suburban areas over main cities. So the suburban areas, those are cheaper than the main cities. So if you are living in any suburban area around the main cities, so basically your expenses will come down by a great factor. And on the other hand, if you're living in the main city, so then your expenses will shoot up with a great factor. So the number one expense once you start living in the US, so that's your accommodation rent or your living rent, your living fees. So if I give an example around this area, like generally students are paying around $400 to $600 on sharing basis in apartments. So I will keep this to $500. So your rent will be $500 and including utilities it can go up to $600. So I will keep your rent to be at $600. So you will be paying somewhat around that, and I'm assuming that you will be living on the sharing basis, because if you are living in a private room, so that will cost you double of this amount. So it will cost you around $1,200 or $1,300. So living on a sharing basis is a very great idea to save some money. So $600 accounts for your living rent, including utilities. So now the second most thing that accounts for your expenses in the US is your food and drinks. So now once you start living here, it's of course that you will be eating something. So generally it can cost you around $100 to $200 depending upon your diet, your appetite, but I will keep it at $150. So let's assume the food expenses of your $150. And also suppose if you're eating out a lot, so the food out there in the restaurants, in the fast food places, it's much expensive. So then your food expense will shoot up much higher. So I'm assuming you'll eat only like 1 to twice in a month. So your total expense for food will be somewhere around $150 for your whole month. But if you are eating more than 1 or 2 times in a month, so I think it can definitely shoot up to around $250 or $300 as well. So that's your personal preference, but I'm assuming that you'll be doing your groceries on your own and making your own food at your home. So that's a much cheaper option available to you. So you will be saving money in that, and I'll keep the food expense as $150 on it per month. So now the third point that accounts for expenses in the US is your transportation fees. So once you start living here, you will start to face the transportation fees as well, because you will be commuting from your place to grocery store, from your place to your university, from your place to somewhere, any place you want to go. So transportation expense will also cost you, right? So I think for transportation you will be sticking with the train system and the bus systems that is available to you near your area. So you will end up spending around $50 to $100 per month on your transportation. So let's keep it $75. $75 will be your transportation fees on an average per month. So but now it depends on your frequency, how many times do you go to university in a month, how many times do you go to grocery stores, how many times do you go outside somewhere to enjoy. So it depends basically on that. So if you take an average, $75 will be your transportation fees on an average per month. So the fourth thing that accounts for expense in the US is your cellular plan and your internet plans. So as I've covered the overview of this point in this video as well, so kindly watch this video, so we'll get more information about the cellular plans as well. So basically the cellular plans are very expensive in the US. So you can get unlimited data by paying $85 a month. That's 7,000 rupees a month. And on the other hand, if you want like 2 GB or 3 GB, which I am doing, so you can get your SIM card for somewhere around $30 to $40, and that's around 2,000 3,000 rupees. So that's a very cheap option available. So not everybody will go for unlimited, and not everybody will go for the 2 GB and 3 GB options as well. So I would take an average of $40, and now your internet expenses as well. So if you're sharing with your friends, so it can come around $40 or $30, and somewhere in between if you're sharing. But if you're owning the internet on your own, so that can cost you somewhere around $100 to $200. So I assume you will be sharing with someone, so let's take it as $35 for internet and $40 for your cellular plan. So it will be in total $75 a month for your internet and your cellular plan. And now the last and foremost thing that accounts for expenses in the US, so that's the miscellaneous expenses. So what are miscellaneous expenses? So those are expenses like if you're going for a shopping, if you're going for a haircut, if you're ordering something from Amazon, if you're buying something for yourself, so those are just miscellaneous expenses. Those of course depend on your lifestyle. So you can end up spending anywhere between $50 to even $1,000. That depends on your lifestyle. So basically I would keep it on an average of $150, because of course you will be going out for a haircut, you will be going out somewhere for eating, you will be going out for a movie, you will be going out for buying clothes. So I would keep it on an average of $150. So those are the expenses of you if you would have been lived here in the California Bay Area. So since the minimum wage is also higher, so the standard of living is also higher. So suppose if you go at any cheaper area, so like suppose if you go at Kansas City or maybe in Ohio, so those are very cheaper cities, but their minimum wage will also be less, so their standard of living will also be less. So basically it's like if you're getting $15 per hour in California, you're spending around $10-$50 per month. And on the other hand, if you're getting $10 per hour as your wage in some state, so your total expense will also decrease, like it will be somewhere around $700 or $800. So it depends on your area, so you will have to check with that. Since this area is expensive, standard of living is higher in this area, so that's why your living expense will cost you around $600 per month. But suppose if you go to a very cheaper area like Ohio, Kansas, or maybe Arizona, or maybe Texas, so your living expenses will cut down. It will be almost like $400 or $350 or $300 as well at very cheap places. So again, it's very area specific and state specific, so we'll have to check with that. So I gave you an overview of what generally it looks like. So to conclude, in total you will be spending somewhere around $10-$50 per month as an international student, excluding the one-time payments of like if you're buying a sofa, if you're buying a TV, if you're buying a new phone, laptop. So I'm excluding the one-time payments of those things. I am just including the general things. So if I convert $10-$50 in Indian rupees, so it will be somewhere around 78,000 to 80,000 depending on what the exchange rate at that time is. So that is very expensive according to India, I know, but that's how it is. So yeah, I think I explained this topic in detail, and I hope you guys got it what I'm trying to say. So that was pretty much it, and I hope you guys liked it, and I think you found this video informational. So if you did, so do make sure to like this video, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and also do not forget to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle will be here. So I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care, bye bye. Love from California, boy from India. Peace.